When the spirit is upon you, leave them, let them carry go. I will surely outrun it. Cause Oluwa is involved. So I don't listen to the noise. Plenty chariots they run for my front, but when I begin my run, it go be like say I dey on steroids. Yeah, but Elijah left. I want started to Ferrari law. It's my normal level. I want started to Ferrari law. So I'm more than them. I want started to Ferrari law. Cause the spirit is upon me. It's upon me. Elijah left. I want started to Ferrari law. It's my normal level. I want started to Ferrari law. So I'm more than them. I want started to Ferrari law. Cause the spirit is upon me. It's upon me. I'm not your regular. I know the things say I dey speculate. Nigga cool temper. No be number one, they always carry first. So no need to shiver. When my time come, everyone will believe you. Oh, all night. Cause Oluwa is involved. So I don't listen to the noise. 20 chariots from my front. But when I begin my run, it go be like say I dey on steroids. Elijah level. I want started to Ferrari law. It's my normal level. I want started to Ferrari law. So I'm unable. I want started to Ferrari law. When the spirit is upon me, it's upon me. Elijah level. I want started to Ferrari law. It's my normal level. I want started to Ferrari law.
All right, guys. Welcome. I was almost putting on my dancing shoes, and then I was like, okay, there's no point getting distracted. You're welcome to this segment, Masterclass with Ibironke. I promise you, you are going to love this. Please, if you have your jota, if you have your pen, please be ready to learn. While before I usher in, my name is Godspower. Godspower. I'm a software quality assurance engineer. But I will not be doing this alone today. We have distinguished Ibironke Yekinni with us on this call. All right, so I'll just tell you a little about her. Ibironke Yekinni is a distinguished expert in software testing and cybersecurity, renowned for her significant contributions to these fields through a combination of academic excellence, professional leadership, and entrepreneurial ventures in the industry as a technology leader. Ibironke's journey in technology began with an ND, an HND in computer science, both end with distinction, demonstrating her early proficiency and dedication. She further solidified her expertise with a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. To enhance her knowledge, she pursued a Master of Science in Cybersecurity, Threat Intelligence, and Forensics from the University of Salford, UK, focusing on the critical aspect of identifying, analyzing, and mitigating cyber threats and vulnerabilities in business solutions. She's recognized as an industry leader in software testing. She has played a pivotal role in shaping industry standards and practices. Her credentials as a certified application security engineer underscore her expertise in securing applications and protecting them against cyber threats. As a sought after global speaker, Ibironke has shared her insight and advancement in software testing and cybersecurity at numerous international conferences, books, and software testing events. She's also an influential author, having written the first books in software testing in Africa, providing invaluable knowledge and resources to the region's tech and testing communities. She's also the founder and the leader of Testify Limited. Testify is a leading technology quality assurance service for software testing and quality assurance. It's partnered with companies, to devote quality first product and training to provide top tier skilled quality engineers through the Pan African Software Testing Institute and testing consulting services and associating QA engineers. So the list goes on and on and on and on. Ibironke obviously is a voice in the testing industry, and we are glad to have her in our midst today. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, before I bring her on camera, it's an honor to have her with us. Godwin, we'll let everyone ask questions. Ibironke can do this, we all can do this, regardless of your gender, whether you are a girl, whether you are a man, it's not a barrier. So please, ladies and gentlemen, while your microphones are muted, help me welcome Ibironke Yekinni. Just you can just drop an emoji on the chat comment. Ibironke, you're welcome. We're glad to have you here in our midst this evening. It's a privilege. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. Yeah, you're welcome. So, firstly, Ibironke, we have a lot to discuss today. I mean, having you on the call, we can just discuss for like 10 hours, but because of time and all of that, so we just try to make them summarize them as possible as we can. So, what will you have to say about software testing summarily? What's your take on software testing, and what role do they play in the tech industry in general?
Okay. I mean, I'm like I always say, even outside of the book, I'm always saying that if you are, I mean, I don't see any global company that doesn't have testers. Particularly the way I would describe software testing to anybody is that it's the benchmark of quality. I mean, everybody can develop a product, but if you are saying you want the product to be accepted by as much people, you want it to be global, right? You want it to be accessible, you want it to be useful, then it has to be tested. I basically see software testing like the way I described it to my 10 years old niece sometimes ago. Everybody cooks. And when you, at some point or the other, whether before you had salt or after you have added salt, you always want to taste it. And people taste food for different reasons, right? You taste it to check if there is salt, to taste it to check if the seasoning is okay. You taste it to see, okay, if there's something else you need to add to make it more stand out. So that's the way I perceive software testing. It's a necessary ingredient. It's just like a salt. It's a necessary ingredient that has to be in a meal. And tell us that you're the best food in as a chef without having
Yeah.
seasoning. So also is software testing. So, but if I'm to describe it in a dictionary meaning or using the proper professional English, I describe it as the process of ensuring that a product meets the user's expectation, right? And it attains, the user's requirements. So this can be done in different ways. It's not just about checking if it passed or it fails. Some things can pass, it can show all green, but in real sense, it's not an integrity product. It's not fulfilling the purpose of why it is being built. Now, even
Yeah.
though it has passed, it has still not met the purpose of why it is being built. So as well, you say that it's not passing, it's failing, even though it has passed the basic pass, check, and fail. So yeah, that's basically the way I would describe it. But what is important to the industry? I don't know if in 2024 people are still building product without testing. I don't know. I want to believe there is none. But in case there are organization or there are developers here or there are product managers here who are working in an organization that they are not, their product is not being tested. I think it's time to start. You can pause your marketing, because you might be pouring money into marketing and thinking that that is what is needed for more people to accept your product. Or maybe the problem is not even that people are not saying it. The problem could be that people are actually seeing your products. They are installing it, but they are uninstalling it as soon as they install it. Right? So the problem might not be that, oh, your CEO is not allowing you to go live. The problem might be because you guys have been fixing a bug since like forever, but you're not getting somebody to actually test the product and tell you that this is actually what is wrong with your application that should be fixed, right?
Mm. Yeah.
It could also be that people are using the application, but it's frustrating. But your competitors, it's not because they have more money than you. They are just paying a little extra attention and using more quality to win you. So as much as you are spending your money and somebody else is spending quality, quality will always win over your money. Right.
True.
I want to sign up into an application easy peasy without stress. Right. I don't want unnecessary headache. It's just like when you told me that, oh, you guys, some of you guys were having issues with, and I'm like, I know some application that I use. I'm like, I don't. And for me, it is not about the best application. I mean, the most common application or the popularly used application is more about which one is doing the work. And so also it is when it comes to tools in the technology. Everybody wants to use the latest programming language that come. Everybody wants to use this AI tool for automation. Everybody, it's not really about the tool, really. It's about what is getting the job done. If there is a particular tool that is getting the job done for you as soon as you want it, then stick to it. You don't need to use all the tools. So I would say that the importance of software testing generally is I mean, I've mentioned like 4 or 5 now, but they are numerous.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? So the thing is, yeah.
Yeah, they
Thank
come
you
all
very
the
much.
time. Yeah.
So, so, so we'd like to know, what do you think is the career path for software testers, right? I was speaking with someone some time ago, and then the person says, "Well, I know tech bros and techies are developers, UI, UX, and then data guys and all that." And I said, "Okay, do you know about software testers?" He said, "What's that?" So, what's the career path for software testers? And do you think, I'll just add this other question? Do you think it's for me? I studied mass comm, and I found myself in software testing, and to God be the glory, it's been a great one, right? In as much as we are still starting, like people who are people like you have been there, and then you're able doing cyber security and the rest. So what's the career path for software testers? Do you think it's something that anybody can just who anybody who studied medicine, who studied engineering, who studied maybe environmental science, do you think it's something that anybody can just choose jump in? And do you think it's something that anybody can do? And do you think that there are opportunities out there for software testers compared to developers that have flooded the market in the recent years?
Okay, I will start with how I started, right? As much as yes, you read everything in the bio and said I did computer science, I did computer science. I love mathematics, anyways. I did statistics, I did computer science. But really, that did not influence me starting a career in software testing, right? As much as I did ND, I did HND, I just wanted to graduate with distinction. That's all I cared about while I was in school. I don't care about the Java and the COBOL and everything that we taught. Plus, I don't even
Yeah,
understand. I have a whole more than a 5 page handouts to read and have like probably like 6 or 7 of them. To finish within 3 months, I do an exam and pass. And of course, the lecturer will possibly not mark it. They'll give it to somebody else to mark. And so in real
yeah,
sense, it has nothing to do with what I studied in school. um then I went when I wanted to start. I started with learning different courses. And truly, software developers are very saturated. So when you hear about tech, the first thing that comes to your mind is software development. So I also
yeah,
went ahead to learn front end. I think I learned it with JavaScript. Then JavaScript started becoming stronghold. Then I left it and ran away. Then I tried with backend. I sort of enjoyed backend anyways, but then it was more like PHP. PHP was
yeah,
not PHP for me, so I left it. Um, what else did I do? Product management. I even developed the products. Then the fact that I have to be following up with everybody to get their job done, no, I left it. I love things that are beautiful, even though I might not be able to design things to be beautiful. So I went to UI UX. I used Adobe XD. I love the output, but the process is exhausting. So I was not seeing um, the words in spending so much time for a design that probably the CEO said everything you design is rubbish. You can start again. So
Yeah.
I mean, that was my personal opinion as of then. So I did that. I did quite a number of other. Scrum Master was very tiring. I just went around the circles before I finally came into software testing. I did data analysis and data science, and doing all those Python, doing all those. It was exhausting, even though I enjoyed it because it was more of mathematics and all. However, what made me stick to software testing was the fact that it is very dynamic. I don't need to get stuck writing a particular programming every day for the rest of my life. I can dive into different areas in the field. Even in software testing, you can build a career specifics for let me say career expertise for yourself, right? There is we call it manual testing, but that's software testing. We just try to call it manual testing to downgrade the effort, but it's called software testing. In software testing itself, there is software testing and then there is hardware testing, right? I mean, thinking about hardware testing, your mobile phone is definitely gone through hardware testing. Your cars go through hardware testing. Your devices, they all go through hardware testing. And then there is the software testing. Now, in this software testing, there is the manual part, there is the automation part. You can be specialized in any one of them, and you can be good in any one of them. There is functional testing and non-functional testing. You could just be a solid non-functional tester, an application security tester, a performance testing expert. You can just be specialized in that. And yes, there are roles for you. Maybe not in Nigeria because Nigeria is jack of all trade, but there are roles that are specific to that expertise that you can be focused on. And if you are doing functional, you can be specialized in mobile testing. Like you should be a go-to person when it comes to mobile test automation, and you're very solid at that. So you spend your time focused and earning your skill on that. You can be focused on web or API. Now, the truth is that the country has also shaping what you need to learn to make a living, right? But that does not eradicate the fact that you can be specialized and still make money. And for me right now, I'm very much good with API. Anything that's to do with API, be it manual, automation, performance, security, anything API, that is, I feel like I've come to realize that that is an area I prefer to stay than UI and all these front-end applications testing.
Yeah.
Now, all of this is still talking about testing. But one solid thing that I so much love, yes, Daniel. Okay, one solid thing I also love about testing is the fact that you don't have to stay in testing forever if at all you want to leave. If at all, I mean, being in testing for close to a decade, I'm not tired. In fact, I have not scratched the surface of software testing. It's as big, it's as wide as an ocean. You think you have known it all until you meet somebody else and you are hearing what you're saying, like, wow, I didn't know about this one. No. And
Yeah.
I've been here for 10 years. Really, because every organization you work limits what you need to know.
True.
Right? You can't just learn everything and not use it. At the end of the day, it's like computer or car. You have learned how to drive, but you didn't go ahead and drive for the next 5 years. The next time you are going back to it, you need to go and learn how to drive again because rules must have changed, or the kind of car that you're now using to learn now must have changed. Right? The same thing
Yeah.
for computing. Okay, I've learned how to use a computer. Probably you are just a beginner. You have not even done anything with computer before, right? And you're on this call. You have learned how to use a computer and probably one diploma course somewhere. And you never press computer again, or you don't have any computer at home to practice it. If you are going to use a laptop in the next 1 year after that, you need to rebrush up yourself. And so also it is. If you just go and learn every skills in testing and you are not using it at your place of work, it's as good as you need to go back to the scratch. So where you work also affects the kind of things you know, the information you know, the tools you work with, the application you work on, right? I don't need you to tell me the application you work on. If you tell me that you work at Flutterwave, I already know you work on this kind of application. You have an idea. So if you are
Yeah.
going from Flutterwave to somewhere like InterSwitch, it looks easy peasy because They're more like
Most times APIs, yeah, routing and
more
all
like
that.
payments, more like gateways and all of that.
Mm,
But if you are moving from a logistic firm like Cobalt 360, and then you are going
mm,
from there to Paystack, there's a lot of bending that you need to do
mm,
because they are
mm,
not the same industry, but it's still software testing, right? But the tools that
mm.
they will use in this new organization will be different. Now, there is a lot to dive into, is just what I'm trying to say. Now, let's assume that you have gone through all of it, which by the time you are done, you probably have been 20 years in the field. You already been rounding up and trying to retire. But let's assume that along the way you said, I'm not doing this again. Then you can use that same knowledge, that same experience you have, and move into fields like software development, easy peasy. You can move
True.
to become a product manager. In fact, it is a major advantage for you. You can become a project manager, you can become a scrum master, you can, which role can you not become? You can join a DevOps, you can join application support, you can move from software testing to application security. Which role? I don't know. I don't know which role you can dive into starting with software testing. So
Yeah.
much that there is enough for you to swim in software testing as a field, and in any country that you are, there is also an opportunity it gives that you can dive into any field that you want to dive into because of that background that you have. So if you are leaving software testing field and you're moving to a product manager role, you're not going to start from an entry level. There's no way. You are going straight to an intermediate or a senior level, depending on your level of experience in testing before you came into that field. So
Yeah.
it has vast opportunity. I think that was
So
the thing that made me stay with it.
yeah, so basically, for someone like you who have gone to who have studied in UK, far near, and all of that, you've gotten a lot of experiences, in the tech industry. So, what would you say about? I saw a post you did some years ago. What will you say about job opportunities for testers? So, because I was speaking with some testers, tech users. People who love to go into testing some time ago, and then the developer was like, no, the jobs are not really there that way, that he has someone who has 10 years experience in software testing, and the guy left the job for like a year. He came back now, he has not been able to get a job and all of that. So I was trying to correct an impression that for someone who has been there for 10 years and does not know automation testing, that seems more like a failed person for me. It seems more like someone who has failed in the industry. How can you be in testing for 10 years and you did not learn automation? You are just doing manual testing and all that. So that shapes my question, right? If in the industry, talking about data, talking about cyber security, front end, back end, DevOps, product management, and all that, what will you say is the ratio of job opportunities for software testers? If, for example, I just left school and I want to start a career in tech, do you think software testing is a place where once I go through one or two trainings and all of that, I can easily get a job compared to trying to get a job as a developer? So what will you say about that?
I would say there is a 100:1 job opportunities. And I mean, what I mean, I'm not trying to shade anybody, but really, software developers are saturated. There is, if you turn left, I'm a developer. Even a WordPress person is a developer.
WordPress.
I'm not yapping anybody. But that's the
But
thing.
that's the thing.
Software developers are saturated. I don't need to, I can put application out there for a developer. I can put application
Mm,
out there for a tester. And trust me, I
mm.
will get at least, I will see more than 1,000 application for developers within an entire 1 week versus the number of 100 testers that we'll see in a week.
Does that seem like testers are not common compared to developers?
Yeah, there's still enough role versus the people that are available in testing field.
Mm,
Now, let me now go back to when you were describing the question. There is enough role for testers. The question is solid testers. Use an
mm.
example of somebody that's been in the field for 10 years. I don't need to to do automation to fit back into the industry. The
Of
question is,
course.
what was the person doing while he was in that field for 10 years? If I'm leaving, the reason why I will fit in back easily is because I've had experience in different industries.
Mm,
That person, probably in their first 10 years, I don't know, but I'm perceiving that if you I've been in the field for 10 years and you can't find your way back, then there's something wrong with what we were doing before. Not necessarily because it's not automation, but it's just something that we were doing before. The question is, what were you doing before? What industry were you working before? And what were you doing when you were there? Were you just a tester that just checked for pass and fail when you were there? Because now things have changed. Organization is not looking for pass or fail again.
No.
Organization wants someone that understands the products, understands the business, and can translate it to a solution, even in your testing sector.
Yeah.
So it's not just about I can check, does it pass, does it fail? I can write a case, I can do a test, I can do a test report. Everybody can do that. AI can do that for you. Then you should be out on the streets if you can do, if that's all.
If that's all you can do.
If that's all you can do, then you should be out on the street, because there are now AIs that develop test plan. They are now AI. Online ChatGPT will write test case for you, right? So what can you do? Do you understand the product? When you are saying that this thing fails, what is your understanding on why it fails? How can we link what you say failed to the business value? Why should it be fixed beyond the fact that it's just showing red on your screen? What is the value proposition behind what you are saying? How do you interact with the business owners, to the product managers when they're having meeting? What valuable contribution do you give? So yes, you can say you want to take a course. Trust me, if you get a solid training today, you can't end this year with an internship opportunity. The problem is where you learn. A lot of people are they are looking for where to learn, easy peasy, 30 days. I don't learn. What is testing? Okay, that is testing. Okay, this test case, a job. If that is all you know, bro, you will not see job. And I'm not joking, because testers are, if you are not someone that has integrity, you can't be a tester. There are a lot of human factors that, it's not just developer. Is that kind of criteria, does it apply to a developer? It might not apply to a developer, but you are the police. Does it apply to it? Does the rule that applies to a police apply to a thief? I'm not using that direct example that they are the thief. I'm just saying that you are a gatekeeper, you are a benchmarker, you are a mantle of excellence. So there is more that is expected of you. can't just say something without understanding what the developer has done. If you can't be interacting with the product manager without speaking their term, you can't go and say that, okay, I'm waiting for them to go live. Who is rating the deployment request? Are you monitoring at what you tested and the environment is the right thing that was being deployed? When it was deployed, are you checking that it's being fixed? So there is more, right? So
there's a lot.
If you have a very good education, and God help you, you are able to intern somewhere and you learn. You can't tell me that you finish learning excellently and you don't get a job. Because I have a lot of questions when people say that, I've gone to this academy and I did not learn. My question is, did you finish that academy? You put in the time that is meant to be put in, or you just took it like another Udemy course. Because that's another thing people do. People can be very lazy about putting in the work, but they want to get the same result as the person that puts in all the work. It doesn't work that way. So you must be able to put in the work. The criteria to enter software testing field is getting hard. You can go and take a course. Oh, somebody has taught you for 30 days. This one you join a program that is for free. This one, they used to show this thing on Instagram. People that are selling market, they will say, I have somewhere to buy it cheaper. They will not show you one nonsense clothes that person bought for a cheaper price. So it is. It can be expensive, but that is what it costs. I'm always giving this analogy to my students. You spend 5 years in school, and personally, roughly give or take, with free education and discounted price in public school, let's say you spend like 1 M at a worst tiny scenario in 1 year. With school fees, minimum, you spend 1 year. But you spend 5 years there at least. And then you went for NYSC. So give or take 5 years in summary. But you still cannot use that thing that you learned to work.
Cannot use to make money.
Make money. But there is somebody somewhere saying, put 6 months intensively to learning at a maybe 250K, which is divided by 4 of the 1 million naira. And you will be able to learn enough to get a job. But you're not even in the 6 months, you're not even committed. So the problem is not that there's no job, because trust me, I have at least not less than 4 companies looking for testers today.
Mm.
Companies are ready to pay. I did an interview of said, I mean, after that interview, I said, you are not going to find it easy to enter my academy going forward. The company was willing to pay as high as 850K per month to
Oh,
an intermediate to a senior level person. And you
oh,
know what is like, and I was looking at people answering me questions.
they don't know shit.
And I'm just like, okay, what's going on?
Basically, what's going
Some people are even using ChatGPT to answer me. Yes,
really?
I know it's not. You are wearing glasses to read on ChatGPT. I can see your glass, bro. I
Oh no.
I'm just a criminal. I screenshot that meeting and I went to highlight the person glass for the HR. I said, can you see inside this glass? Can you see? Can you see that thing? We zoom. I said, this person, because you know what I did?
Yeah.
And this is also a clue for those of you that want to do interview. When they ask you theoretical question, they don't need you to go and don't give me a dictionary answer.
Mm.
If you are experienced enough, you can never answer me any question without being scenario based.
Mm. Mm.
Can't.
True.
You can't define a test plan for me. You will give me the attribute of a test plan in the course of
That's
telling me
fine.
what a test plan is.
Yeah.
Same also if I ask you about balance equivalence testing or
Partitioning.
transition, and then you are giving me, I'm asking you, you told me that you have vast experience, you have done a course on Cypress, you have vast experience, and I said, okay, what is the command for asserting? Like
Yeah.
I can literally hear you typing on your laptop. And I say, sorry, okay, can you hear me now? Bro, I can hear you. Just go ahead and answer the
That's
question.
true.
And I said, you know what? If you don't know, just say you don't know. And then guess what? That is also another trap because the guy keep telling me I don't know for good almost 15 audio questions I asked about Cypress. And you told me that you are vast in it. I said, rate yourself before we started the interview. And you're telling me that you rate yourself in Cypress for web automation 85 to 90%.
Whoa.
But you cannot give me a simple. So I'm not going to ask you what is a noun, what is software testing. No, every question comes scenario based. Every question is meant
Yeah.
to test how logical, how reasonable you are. You can't tell me
Yeah.
that you have not mentally challenged yourself and you want to be a tester.
True. True. So that's why I think before I move to the second to the last question, that's why it's very painful. I spoke with someone in Dublin some time ago, and then the guy said he spent £500 to do a a 1 week training in the UK. So at first I said, okay, you are a beginner. They gave you 1 week training. That's 4 days. They trained you for 4 days, and so what and what did they teach you? I mean, basically, was just mentioning things that every dictionary could answer. Just browsing the internet and all of that. There is no simple example, talking about state transitioning. That we have appliances in our home where there's no way I can increase the volume of my TV without putting it on and all of that. So they don't even give you like practical examples that you can relate to it with your everyday life. I mean, that takes me to the next question. What do you think, right? I saw a post you did some time ago about, we've talked about the ratio here. What do you think? Why do James Badge is having a course, RST. I enrolled for it, $750, and it's a 3 days training. So what do you think about Nigerians, in terms of committing resources to training compared to the Western world?
Money, be specific on resources. Money is what you're saying.
Money. Why is it that Nigerians do not like putting money, right, to gain knowledge? I mean, I saw your pre-order book, and I think it's going for 7,000 and there, but James Bard did something similar, and it's going for $35. That's over like 60K in naira, and all that.
Why I just want to give away book? That why did
Yes,
I?
why? Did you see?
So
Do you have a printing press?
No, one of the things I notice about we Nigerians is that our cultures also affect us. we believe that, I mean, if I can get it for free, I'm like, why should this person charge me? So the question I'm always asking is, that course you went to on Udemy, have you gotten a job with it?
Of course, no. Some of them sleep on the classes.
So you will see people don't mind spending 1 year taking different Udemy course. They will not finish. Stop. YouTube, they will take, go for free courses. They prefer to do that for 1 year, 2 years than to spend a concise amount of money in 3 months and achieve the same results. Why? It's culture specific. It doesn't happen like that. If this same Nigerian go outside the country, they will pay. They will pay. Yes, they will pay. It's culture. It's culture that makes you feel like is I don't know, maybe is culture is the way we have grown. It has become like a part and parcel of us in Nigeria, that we feel like we don't have to spend money to make money. That is why you see somebody wants to use 50,000 naira to learn a course and get a job of 1 million naira per month. It's culture. It's culture.
Yeah.
That's the juju there. So, but I'm always saying it because I mean, I see it a lot of time. People come and meet you on Texas Quarter community and say, I really want to learn this your course, so I'm saving money. That person has been saying this thing for over a year.
And it's very weak.
Like,
it's probably very weak.
The person said the same thing when the course was 50,000 naira. The person said the thing when it was 80,000 naira. The same thing when it was 100. The same thing when it was 150. The same thing when it moved to 180. The person is still saying it now that it is 220.
And he's still jobless.
And he's still jobless. And he will be saying it when the course enter 500k. That is I'm not see, it's not just Nigerian culture, it's also attitudinal. It's also people. There is a wrong perspective you have that, you know, I can become like Dangote without necessarily putting in the work. Then you now carry everything and say there is nothing God cannot do.
Does not exist.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You can't be lazy and want to put 100% of what God has said on his neck to do while you lazy around. You want to make 1 million naira by December 2025, but as of January 2025, you're not even learning jack. You're not even invest. Before I could charge anybody 220k, I spent close to 3 million naira to learn how to even teach people.
Yeah.
In a way that they would understand. And that's the reason why maybe for me, teaching sometimes is personal. Because it's not about opening your mouth and reading what you know out to people. It's just information that is passing. It will not sink. There's a way to teach a novice. There's a way to teach a professional that will make them want to listen and make it sink in them. So people don't spend money. Now, okay, for example, sometimes in November last year, we did a meet and greet, a techie meet testers last year. The cost for the event is 5,000 naira. A week to the event, nobody has signed up. As of a week to the event. And when I said, okay, you know what? Okay, the first 20 people will pay 1,000. Everybody started paying. Even somebody that is spending and making over 500k in a month was not willing to spare 5k to them. I said, you know what? It is either I'm launching something that you're coming to come and buy. But if I'm going to do a program that is paid, you will not be present. It's as simple as that. It's not because it's too expensive, it's because it is not cut out for you. It's because you don't find it valuable enough for your career, right? So one of the things you also notice is that people that need that service the most are those that don't pay for it. Let's say somebody organize a mentorship program now live and say, okay, pay 100k, come for this live mentorship program and stuff. The people that will pay are people that are even doing well. If you interact with them, they're even doing well. They just want something better. The people that actually need it in Nigeria will not pay. And that is why I'm so relaxed, because most of my students are not from Nigeria. I'm not bothered. Most of my students are not from, my audience are not Nigeria, because I don't have Nigerian problem. You know, I've seen a lot. I've been running this thing for 5 years now. 5 years plus. My first cohort students are already doing 5 years in the field. And when somebody will tell you that, you know what, let me just do the training now. When I get the job, I will start paying you back. Some people want to pay as small as 80,000 naira in 5 installments. But these are the same. These are the same. If they want to get married today, money go show.
Funny enough, if they get this visa to travel to the UK,
What are you saying?
in fact, they'll pay millions.
Will come out. What are you saying? £5, 5K pounds will show up. So I feel,
but unknowingly to them that they can get job in Nigeria and work in the UK.
Yes, so I feel the issue is, see, it's not juju, it's not jazz. Nobody is doing anybody. You are the one doing yourself. I'm always saying that if you know that this thing is worth it, make your research. Whoever is organizing the program, make your research. If you feel like this thing is worth it, you have listened to this person speak before, you have gained, because the truth is that before I organize something paid, you should know that that thing is worth much more than what you're paying for, right? What the best you can do for yourself is to invest in yourself. I wrote about money just this week, right? People want to use money to buy the best of hair, do the best of makeup, do all the glams and necessary things, but not really in their career. There are a number of people on this call, and this is no shade to anybody. You know that from January to this August, you have not bought a course of 5,000 naira for yourself, and you are telling me you are not growing. But you want to compare yourself with me that has spent money, or someone will compare yourself with you that paid £750 or dollars to this guy to take a 3 day course. You want to compare yourself to this person that invests money. You want to compare yourself with me. It doesn't work that way. Before you see people come and do celebration of 10 minutes, they have invested 10 years. Before you see them come and spend 10 million naira, trust me, I mean, if it is someone like me, you possibly see that person has 10 million naira behind the camera. Because nobody in Nigeria is that philanthropist enough to spend their last card on everybody.
True.
So people don't like spending money, but my advice is you are not going anywhere. You are not any more than what you have spent. That's a
huge takeaway. So that leads me to the second to my last question. I've listened to so many speakers, Michael Bolton, James, and so many of them, right? And yourself, and I can notice that one thing is common among these guys. They read books. James will tell you that he read every book on software testing when he started the career. So with this in mind, right, what do you think about Nigerians who, our reading culture? I'm not trying to be religious. If you listen to Archbishop Papa Oyedepo, if you listen to all the big men of God that do well today, you will notice one common thing about them: they read.
Yeah.
If Oyedepo tells you how many books he has read on faith, then you will know why faith is working for him. So why is it that in Nigeria, people want to go into a profession and they are not interested in in studying that profession? All right, they are not interested in reading. They are not interested in. I'm talking about reading culture generally. What do you think about reading? What do you think about books as a major boost for career? Because if, for example, I'm buying a book from you, for example, I saw that you yeah, of course, I saw that you wrote a book, the ABC of software testing.
Yeah,
that's like 10 years. See, I have one trick, right, that have been working for me over the years. I think that a book is a summary of what people spent years knowing. All the mistakes and the lessons you have learned in 10, 5, 6, 8, 20 years is what you are putting up for me to learn in 1 month. In other words, if I'm able to study that book in 1 month, I probably would have learned all that all the knowledge you got over the years. So reading culture and then using software testing in view of this ABC. This is the first I made my research. This is the first African software testing book that's been written. It's more like we've been practicing without a book. It's like having a department in the school without an handout. Of course, because when you have a book, you can always make reference to it and all of that. The truth is, book helps. Books helps. Some time ago, one of my academic mentee asked me to say, how come I was able to get this? I had distinction in India HND too, obviously. How was I able to do it? I say, yeah, the thing is, I read any material I found on mass com, I read while I was in school. So wherever the lecturer is going to come from, I have an idea about it. So in line with this, what do you think about book as a major shaper in terms of career, in terms of knowledge and all that, for those that are already testing, and for those about to go into testing, and for those who just started a career in testing, and for those as product owners, as managers and all of that? What do you think about book entirely, using ABC of software testing as a case study?
Awesome. So thank you for that question. I mean, everything is all about book. So I share a screen now, right? And it has a list of books that we have that I've possibly read almost 65% of this book. I mean, 100% on everything under testing here, right? And the ones under security, I've not even finished some of them. Probably read 2 of them end to end. And then I'm very big on structure, process, and people, which I used to call products, process, people, right? So everything on process, I've eaten this one. And I read blogs a lot. People, there is this very common quote that I don't know where I got that quote from. He said, if you want to deceive a black man, put it in writing.
Yeah, true.
Because they don't read. Again, it is culture. Just like what we talked about money. Somebody that doesn't read doesn't know where to spend their money. Somebody said this in my book, so this is just like a sneak peek to what you will read inside the book. I'm not going to read Andrew Jones' forward in this book. I'm going to read another person's forward. And what really wants to make me read this is because the person mentioned that this is 27 years in experience written in a book. 27 years. So it means that when you read a book, you are jumping years. You are traveling to places that possibly your leg will not get to. Right? I read books of people that, I mean, as of today that we are speaking, they're already dead. But the knowledge that they had is now with me. So it means that the experience that they went through, I don't need to go through that horrible experience again. Because I read to the end of the book and I realized how they were able to overcome. So guess what I would do? I would just go to the end of it, implement what I learned from the journey, and that is what would make me. Now, I remember I was 5 years in the field, and I was telling, I did an interview, and you know that the person that was interviewing was arguing with me that I was not 5 years in the field.
Why?
Because he felt like I was trying to cut down my years in the field. I'm like, bro, I am 5 years in the field. Because the interview, they had said that they wanted someone with 15 years experience. Well, all of those things doesn't count for me. I will still go for it. They said you send me back. And I passed for that role that they need a 15 years experience to. This was not because I went to learn YouTube course or I went to take a course from somebody's academy or because I went to read some things or do that or because I attended an event. No, these were things that I got in combination of book that I read. What books does is that it increases the level of the way you think and reason. Makes you mature beyond your years, not only in age, but even in experience and career.
True.
So you will add, see, this same thing applies to religion. The same thing that made people not want to read books again is the same reason why they're not reading their Quran and Bible again. But they will tell you that they don't have time. I'm working 9 to 5. The traffic, you don't understand. I have wife, I have husband, I have children. There's just no time for me. Bro, you're not creating time for it. Because if I tell you that if you read this book by tomorrow morning, I'll give you 5 million, you will read that book.
And to find the pin to the ATM card.
If I tell you that in this book is an ATM pin of an unlimited account, you will read that book back to back. I remember when I didn't want to do anything in tech. And I'm just like, I beg, I know they do this. I don't get this kind of stress. So he was a senior colleague at work then doing my NYS, and then he said I should develop a mobile app. Okay, wait, something I just did the Java course where I never even take 3 lessons finish. You say I have to finish this course by so day and develop a mobile app. So of course now I didn't finish it. I didn't develop it. So I went to meet him. What you gave me is not possible. Oh. These are the issue. And then the guy said, if I tell you that I'm going to shoot your husband and your children if you don't develop that app within 5 minutes, what would you do? Trust me, you will build that app. You will not know how you will learn it. You will learn it, even if it is to be copying and pasting via YouTube. You will build that app. So people have not, anything people not putting attention to or putting time into, it has not become a necessity and mandatory thing for them. It's not because the thing is bad. They just don't feel it's necessary for them. They just don't feel, it's what, like, why. But the value is all enveloped in book. I just wish that we have a different perspective and evolve it. I mean, if you don't even study, how would you even evolve? It's a long story. So I'll just say people need to learn to read their books. That's just it.
So there is a book launch coming up next month, September 7th, if I'm correct.
Yes.
I so much like networking. Funny enough, a lot of people have gotten job from networking, attending this kind of events, meeting people, exchanging contact, and then a month or 2 months later, the person calls you to say, hey, there's a gig like this in my company. Would you like to try? I will speak with my line manager and all of that. So it's a very important one. People should understand that networking in career is so important, because at the long run, you are going to make aside money, you make friends and all of that. So there is a tech event coming up this September 7th in Lagos. So can you tell us a little about the event? Registration, is it free and all of that?
My book on. Okay, so yes, we have a landmark event happening on September 7, 2024. I'm trying to pull up the flyer right now. So the just a minute. Okay, let me share my screen on this one. Let me share so that we can start answering questions, because I already see. Okay, so this is an e-invite, which if you're already on this meeting and you got an email to join this meeting, that means you're already registered. So you don't need to register again. Just come for the event. Now, it's more like a 2-in-1 or 3-in-1 happening that day. But keep the dates in your calendar, September 7, 2024, right? Majorly for me, it was a book launch, right? The essence was to launch this book. Now, aside from this book, there are 6 more other books that has been written and has not been launched, right? But this particular book is going to be launched that day. Now, all the book is basically about, the purpose of the book is to saturate everybody with the knowledge of software testing. And even if you are a software tester, there is a better knowledge that you need to have. You're already at your place of work. They're already trying to redefine to you what testing is, or even what your role and your career is all about. This book will give you a reshape and refocus back to what your career entails, so that you can really see your career on a broad sense of it. Now, what I did, because again, thanks for asking that question earlier. I know that people don't like reading, and I was guilty of that when I started my career, because I just don't get. I've opened books before, and it is tiring. It is drooling. I cannot even find my brain engaging with the content of the book, and I'm already sleeping. I'm already tired. So what I did is to make it more engaging and fun. So even a secondary school person can pick up this book and understand what software testing is all about. Even someone that is already a professional expert in the field can pick up this book and have a broader perspective of what software testing is all about. So it is not too technical that a beginner cannot pick up. I mean, that's the reason why a secondary school person can pick it up. And it is not too basic that the professional will find waste of time. That's the reason why an expert,
Balance.
somebody that have been in the field for 27 years can still say, this book, I wish I had it when I was, even 10 years in the field. It will really give me a broader perspective to in fact, probably I would have retired earlier and do so much more with the testing field than what I have just done in 27 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Nelos Palace Event Center is at where in Lagos?
Nelos Place Event Center.
Nelos.
Yeah, is at Anthony Ikeja. So
Okay.
it's
Landmark.
It's happening now. Like I said, September 7 is a book launch. However, because September 9 is our international software testing day, so in case you're a tester here, you don't know, let me help you. That every September 9 is the international software testing day, right? So we are now using the September 7 because September 9 falls on a Monday. So we are now using the September 7 to do the celebration. Hence the reason that we said, you know what, we don't need to make this thing a suit and tie event where we are coming to learn. You have been learning around the clock. You have attended webinars, you have attended workshop, you have attended meeting, you have attended workshop at office, you have work, you have found work every day. Let's relax, let's flex, So that's the have the Owambe vibe, right? And that's why he said, please don't go wear suit and tie, don't wear hoodie and sneakers and jeans. We know that that's the techies uniform. Wear business casual with a touch of African print, something to show that you are coming for an African event, because this book is the first of a kind in Africa. Now, I've known that some people have come and tell me that they're putting on Ashoke, wearing agbada. Please don't make it too extra. But I mean, if that's what you want to wear, it's fine. I'm just saying that there is a dress code. It's business casual with a touch of African print, right? It's the red carpet by 10. There is a photo booth for you. There is mocktails. There is comedy shows. There is game. There is laughter. You're going to read book that day. Don't worry.
There will also be opportunity for networking, yeah?
100%. I mean, that's the reason why we are not carrying our laptop. Don't bring your laptop because it will not be useful. So that's why I'm not bringing our laptop. It's all about networking. Now, one of the fantastic things why you have to be there is because it is not just a meet and greet of testers. You are going to be meeting other tech professionals there, right? As of today, we already have close to 300 signups of people. And they are not all QE engineers. They are not all test engineers. They are going to be other tech. But that is just one benefit. The second benefit to that is the fact that there are industry leaders that are coming. Okay, when I wrote this book, I didn't just say, oh yeah, take this book. Everybody come and buy. No, there are ways to go about it. So there are industry experts who have reviewed this book and said, okay, I can vouch for this 100%, right? They are coming. There are people that have been in the field for 20 years, that they are founders of tech companies that will be present. So they are CEOs, they are CTOs. So if you are looking for a job, I think that is where you should be. If you're looking for a job, if you're looking for a place to do internship, if you're looking for a tech bro as a husband. I don't talk that one.
I mean, it's part of it. It's part of it. Just exchange contact while you guys are talking. So
you people are single. So there are single people here.
No, there are single people. Single people are reacting now. Am I speaking your mind? If I'm speaking your mind, react. Let me see the emojis.
I feel for them.
You see what I'm talking about? So
networking is there. Yeah, if you're looking for tech bro, tech Cs, and of course, tech people are not poor. So they used to say something that if you are looking for love and money, go to where there is money and find love. So go for a tech event where your tech bro can test this and then find.
So before we pick our questions, right? I'm so happy, honestly. I want to be part of this. I know a lot of people on this call will be there. Winner and Co, all of them, they will come, they will attend. Everyone will be there because it's okay. Success and David, yes, we'll take questions.
I wanted to add that for those that are not in Nigeria, in fact, the only reason why you should not be present is that you're not in Nigeria. And you're traveling to Nigeria will not be around that time. If not, you can change your flight dates, But if you are not going to be in Nigeria, relax. We are also going to be doing this exclusively for those that are not in Nigeria. Meaning that when you are registering, you don't have the link to register for virtual yet until the physical event is over. So meaning that when you are registering, we are only looking for international numbers. If you see Lagos people there and it's not before, block them. because we are going to be launching strictly that day with white people. I want people to launch it with dollars.
Yeah,
So
but we can
I don't
get
want Nigeria,
foreign.
please.
We can get foreign numbers. We can get foreign numbers in Nigeria. You never can
Go and
tell.
do your online love, not on my book launch.
Some of these people have US and UK numbers. Don't be shocked.
They should sign up. No wala.
Okay, so lastly, before we take questions, what do you think about an average? I mean, I've seen some very funny posts about those of us in Abuja can't join
So
online.
play no the enter.
Okay, we're going to take all of that,
No
right?
worry.
We'll take all of that question. We'll take all of those questions. So, what's the average salary of a beginner tester, an intermediate role, average, judging by the global standard? Do you think testers make money?
What am I doing in industry if I don't make money? What am I doing there? What have I been doing there for 10 years if I'm not making money there? Please, I'm not here for voluntary service. If I want to do voluntary, I do voluntary, not on my job. Of course, see, testers make as much money as a developer makes money. Testers make money as much as a product provider makes money. The difference between the two of you is the way you sell yourself, not about your job type, really, when it comes to money. I have worked in an organization that I earn more than I work in a company. There are like 55 developers there. There are like 20 testers there, and my salary as of then was even more than the developer leads. So it's really not about if you are a developer, you are a tester, or you are a PM that makes you make more money. It's about your ability to sell yourself. There is
what you can do.
Go around. What can you do? And even in what you can do, how can you communicate what you can do in a way that it seems very, very important and valuable? Why should I hire you? Why is not hiring you a problem to my company? If they give an opportunity to interview you, it means that they want you. That's the first thing you need to know. If they give an opportunity to interview, it means that they want you. If they don't want you, they will invite you for an interview. So all you have to do between the gap between you and that offer letter is whatever you say during that interview. Then when you finally done all the interview and everything, and then you go to the HR level, the HR person might not understand that. That is why it is not about what you do, because the HR person does not even know jack about what you do in testing. They don't even know what automation entails. They don't know what functional test, integration test, system. They don't know all of those things. They want to hear you. Yes, in some cases, they will ask you for your pay slip or no pay slip. They want you to talk. I have submitted a pay slip of 50,000 naira before and asked for 400K. Because, bro, when I joined that company of 50,000 naira, the experience I went in there with is not what I'm bringing to your table.
Yeah.
Because you have a pay slip of 50,000 doesn't mean that, okay, the next job has to be 70,000 naira. No. How can you sell yourself? One of the issues I see with tester, and that's the reason why you need to read book. A lot of testers in Nigeria don't know how to sell, how to speak confidently and sell themselves. You can see it typically when they are working, and the CTO will call them to ask questions, and then they will start shaking, they will start shivering. You don't have enough content.
Of course.
You're not confident about what you have done. And how do you build confidence? You build your expert, you build your understanding about that thing. When you are knowledgeable about it, you cannot knowledgeable and lack of confidence cannot fit into the same person. It can't. The reason why you are shivering, the reason why you're not confident is because you lack knowledge enough about that subject matter. So what you need to do is to fill up yourself. And
with enough knowledge.
So there's enough money, please. Don't, whether in Nigeria or outside of Nigeria, there is enough.
Let's not mention figures. I don't know if my village people are here.
No. Okay, let me mention figures actually. I used to say, I said it one time if you're not on Tester's quarter, you're really missing a lot, because I used to come and fire sometimes there. I used to cause trouble. I used to wake people up and speak at the middle of the night and para for my mind, but I used to talk there a lot. And I mentioned one time about average salary, and I said if you're a junior tester and you are again, because I think I need to be adding adjective at the back of my words now. If you're a good junior tester the minimum you should be earning as an intern should be nothing less than 150.
As an intern.
As an intern, yes. As
Okay.
an intern. That means
That's NYSC and all of that.
yes, and that means that you already done the academy, you're already good at what you are doing, you have worked on projects, but you need where to implement the skills that you have. 150,
Yeah.
right? Now, if you're not
Yeah.
doing testing in that company, price might be different. But if testing is what you're going there to go and do, 150. Now, if it is a junior tester, I always say that on average is 250. Especially now that there is now a increase in minimum wage. On an average, is 250. On an average, I've seen people leave the training academy that I have and go straight to a 400K job.
Of
So
course.
I'm just saying on a minimum. I've seen people leave the training. What am I saying? People leave the training and go straight to $1,500 straight up. So
Yeah.
on an average, 250 as a solid junior tester. Now, if
that's if the company is suffering and they are trying to. I mean, they are not there.
They are not there yet. They are trying to up their game and all of that. Now, if you're an intermediate, at that time, intermediate and senior, you're already tilting towards senior. You are intermediate. You can be intermediate and be junior intermediate. You can be intermediate and you're still tilting. You're just coming up from junior, and you can be intermediate. You're already tilting towards senior. So price from, don't say that because junior is why is senior not trying to intermediate not trying to ask for 500? Depending on the category that you are. So on a minimum, I'm always saying that if you're an intermediate person, 400, 450 is a good place to start.
Yeah.
And then if you are senior, now the kind of confidence where you get 800K, 700K is a good thing to have. Now that differs. If you are a lead, if you are a manager. Now, I'm just giving all of this figure. If you are 8, you can earn more than this. Depending on the company, depending on the organization, depending on the company's organization, depending on the country, and depending on you being able to sell yourself. Because I have
minus tech allowance.
All this thing I'm saying is net. So me, I don't know how to calculate gross. When I'm negotiating salary at company is net. So I'm talking about net. Now, if you can sell yourself as an intermediate person, you can collect the salary of a senior person.
Sharp, obviously.
It depends on the way you can sell. Now, let me now come in. It's good that I made this clear so that somebody will not go and say, please say we should collect 150, 250K. It does not mean that if you are starting a career in testing, it does not mean you should not work for free. Let me be clear. I work for free for a whole 1 year, and it is one of the best experiences of my life. By the time I was leaving that free job, I went straight to a salary of 400K. Do you understand? So you can work for free. You can work for something way lesser. Because there are some jobs that is like a salary cut. But by the time you are released, it's like a speed. You can work in an organization, they are paying you as low as 30,000. But what you will learn there in 3 months will give you 3 years experience.
True.
So as much as this thing as standard price, all the prices I mentioned is per month. Because I don't know anybody collecting 800K per year. When you are not a cleaner, even a cleaner said no, they collect 800K per month. So please, all the salary I mentioned is per month in Naira. In dollars, in pounds, the price can be different. Now, what I'm saying is that if you are just starting, or probably, okay, you have learned automation, you've already been in the field for 5-6 years, and you are just starting in automation, and you want to exercise what you have learned, it does not mean that you cannot collect a pay cut. See, everybody path in career always take a different map. One of my students will understand this when I say I have a career map, because where you're coming from also matters. If you're still trying to build your confidence or you don't know how to speak to people, you don't even know how to negotiate, you don't even know what to ask for, and they pay you 500K and you're going to learn there, please, even if it's 50K they pay you, find your way and do that job even for a month. I'm saying because I encourage my own people to take a very good pay cut. Go on, especially if there are the companies that I know that you can learn from. Because sometimes all you just need is somebody to say yes to you and open that door for you. That's all some of us need. It's just that yes. You do it for 3 months, 6 months, you move. The issue is that once we start, we are not scared. The person will not want to move because say, nah, juju, you take enter. Now God, now just slight entry. Now God just give you take enter that position. So waiting for come out for that position, you never see them. And that's why you see some people stay in the field for 10 years.
And they are still there. I mean,
So
okay,
when you
that's it.
feel like I've been in the field for 10 years and you don't know automation, I understand how you came in. It cannot be that you were solid before you came in.
Obviously.
And your salary is at, I mean, when you now hear what you are earning, you now know that I understand how you came in. You can't leave. No, you can't leave. So these salaries I mentioned, they are average industry standard. If you are collecting low, if you are a senior person, conversation is different. You are a senior person, you trust yourself that you are solid enough and you're earning less than those amount that I mentioned, then that is your problem. Don't come and tell us that there is no money in testing. That is what you want to collect. That is how well you can sell yourself. I mean, if I understand when an intern or a junior or intermediate cannot really sell themselves and ask for more, but if you're a senior or a manager and you're not asking for more, well, two things is involved. It's either you lack confidence or the organization just does not have enough to cater for that budget that you have. And it's not back to them. I'm just don't make your problem a standard for all of us.
If they don't have enough, you leave them now and look for where they have enough, because you did not come to Lagos. So anyways, let's take a few questions. And okay, I have a question for Zuliyat. Okay. Good evening, ma'am. Thank you for this section. I'm a newbie in tech, aspiring to become a software tester. However, I'm a bit confused about the job market, as I often see more postings of other tech roles than of quality assurance positions. As a result, I have been considering whether I should learn cybersecurity or data analysis instead. Could you please advise me on which career path to choose? And then she went further to add that also I saw a meme on Instagram recently about software testing, and someone wrote in the comment section that a developer can do testing job, really, but a tester can be a developer. How accurate is this, man? Okay, you started with the meme. All right, what do you have to say about this?
Okay, so let me start with her. The reason why you're not learning about testing jobs, or you're not seeing enough testing jobs, because you're not in the communities that will get used to see enough of testing job. Because I see a lot of testing jobs per day. I post a lot of testing job every day on Testers Quarter. I interview people for companies. I send people CVs to companies. So the question is, what community are you belonging to? And what conversation is happening there? How involved, how many people are you following in testing industry on your social media platform? Because you cannot be in a saturated environment of developers and expect to be seeing testers job posted there. They might not be, right? You cannot be in a UI UX community and expect that they are posting a software testing job. You cannot be following people that are doing sales and marketing and expecting that they'll be posting software testing jobs. Software testing is not saturated like developers are, right? So
we're not common.
It's not common, but they are just for it, and it is mostly shared within communities. It is mostly shared within. If another test lead in a company needs tester, what would they do? Ibironke, how far do you have testers? 4 years experience, 3 years experience, 5 years experience. This is the salary budget. It is hybrid. It is full time. Do you have anybody? What do? I forwarded their CV. Probably in the course of engaging in the communities. The next question I will ask you is that how engaged are you in testing communities? A lot of time people just say you're in a community, but you're just in a WhatsApp group, just seated there. You have never spoken there before. You have never replied to messages. You have never asked questions. You have never engaged. Somebody posted recently on ANST and said, "Hello guys, I just finished a training. I want an internship opportunity." And almost like 5 jobs were shared on that group that day to that guy. And he applied and he's currently interviewing. All he just needed to do was to post on that day and said he's open for internship. And people started dropping jobs, right? Somebody posted one time on Testers Quarter in my DM and said she's even open for a no payment. She's ready to do the internship. She just wants to get the job. But before the end of that week, she already got a job, and it was even paid job. So the question is, who are you connected to? Who are you asking questions? Who are you following? How engaged are you in the testing community? Because there are jobs. The question is, where are you looking at? The second thing you mentioned is, even if you do cybersecurity, you possibly face the same thing, because what is the probability that you apply to cybersecurity job without certification and any other experience and you will get the job? So the same effort that you should put into getting a software testing job now is the same effort that you should put in, that you will still need to put in if you go and do any other one of them.
Yeah, so to add, right, Princess, I used to tell people that I mean it sounds funny. I said if you can always go through your boyfriend's phone or your husband's phone to know that if he's cheating and to know that your girlfriend is cheating, then you can find bugs as well if you put that energy into software testing. I mean, it's
That's
not
a very
it's
cliche example.
yeah, it's not a rocket science. It's not a
I
rocket
don't check
science.
phones now.
For it, I mean, if you can prepare your soup and test if you have Maggi salt and everything is well represented in the soup, then you can be a tester. The only thing you need to do is now start in the right path, attend trainings, follow people like Princess and the rest of them on LinkedIn, and then I mean you grow. But I mean that's a conversation for another day. Maybe sometime when we are less busy, we can do this on IG Live, and because a lot of people really do not know these things, right? They just feel that. I mean, some people have LinkedIn profile, they're only connected to 10 people, and they come there once in 2 months. The truth is, most jobs I've gotten comes through LinkedIn. They just come to your DM to say, "Would you like to apply for this role?" and all of that. Funny enough,
Yeah.
Princess, let me shock you. Someone posted something last week, and then I just commented on the post to say, "Oh, nice work," right? And then I commented on his DM. I just said, "Oh, I really appreciate your work. I've been following your work for some time." The next question is, "Will you like an opportunity in so and so company?" Before God and man, and then he's already asking for my CV. So, but people just come to LinkedIn or social media and keep quiet. Even in WhatsApp group, if you're not talking there, if someone has a job, bro, in that group, they will not mention to you. Do you understand? Yeah.
So I wanted to mention that if somebody said to me of research, just to add to what you have said, somebody mentioned that a lot of us see what you do. Oh. A lot of us really appreciate. We used to read your post. Oh, I'm like, so how come I used to have, So there was a particular post I posted on LinkedIn, and I have barely like 12 likes on it. And just some times later, I saw this person, and then he said, that your post, in fact, it really helped me a lot. Oh. So now I went back to him and like, but there are still 12 likes on it. So you read it, but you like it, but you did not like it. You could not thumbs up on the post, you could not comment on the post, but
You're not visible.
But you used what you learned from it. Now, that person that will not come, another set of people, they will come to your DM. Princess, I've been following you for the past, but I've never seen you. I don't, you have been following me. How? You're not liking the post, you are not reposting it, you are not commenting on it, but you have been following me. How are you following me? You think that once you just click on connection or followers and then you follow, then automatically we are following me? No, you have to be engaged, you have to be visible.
Yeah.
So when you come to my DM and said, Princess, I've been a tester, XYZ, and I've been looking for a job, I don't know you anywhere. I've not even seen your traces. Sometimes I even go to their bio. Let me check. And your bio, your page is nothing to write home about.
I mean, that should be a different masterclass entirely. Like,
that's a different masterclass, please.
So the thing is, a lot of people put so much energy on their Instagram page, on their Facebook page. People are still doing Facebook in 21st century where that's their business. And then when you come to their LinkedIn, you are wondering, is this person working? Please, Princess, can you drop your LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn URL? Let's so that people can follow and all of that. So someone is asking a question here. Good evening, sir. Good evening, please. You talked about marketing yourself in the testing industry. Please, do you also advise us to build on our social media handle as beginners? Yes, please. Yes.
Shy away from it. Yes, please do. You think if I find job today, I'll not go post on LinkedIn. I fear you. I'll go post.
I mean, go there, type. I saw a guy worked with Microsoft, and then he was part of people they laid off. The guy went to LinkedIn and posts. And Princess, I was shocked. People were commenting, "Oh, we do like so and so role. Send CV to my." Please,
I feel like in Nigerians, we Nigerians particularly, we have a lot of things to deal with, right? Like what will people say? How will people react? Like, me posting on Instagram begging for job. You have this translation in your head on what you think people will pass, but nobody care about you, bro. Over 5 million people are posting and dropping on Instagram.
Yeah.
Nobody care before they even see your post. God help them that they even see your post. Don't be so bothered about what they will say or what they will think. If I'm looking for a job today with Google, you think I will allow Google to rest? You will just be seeing that all my posts, I'm tagging Google,
Mentioning
I'm attending all their events.
hashtag Google.
So please, they are tools. They are for your. Somebody was even telling me that they cannot post on their page, or if their company sees it.
You know why?
Your company will not, like the person came to learn and they don't want their company to see that.
Your MD, your CEO is posting somewhere.
Somebody is telling me that, I don't want to, I just finished this course. I don't want my CEO to know that I learned. Really, that is the more reason you should post, so that they know what you are capable of doing. And if there's an opportunity in that road, that's how you will know.
Someone posted on a status this morning to say, I'm looking for front-end role. Princess, 10 minutes later, I saw on my email where my CTO replied our HR role that we should schedule interview. Immediately I went to, if you want receipt, I can send to you my DM, any of this person on the call. I went to my head of technologies DM and said, bro, I have someone for this role. He said, okay, send CV back. And the truth is, whether 100 people have applied when they posted that role on LinkedIn and all of that. You see that my list where I say go so. The person just asked, I hope she will not be juggling jobs and all that. I said, no, she's a beginner and all that. I hope she will work. Does she stay in Lagos? I said, yes. It's a full remote job. I've sent the CV. Next week now they will interview and she gets job.
Please, find job too. Learn to see opportunity.
Please learn to speak up. To be honest, learn to speak up. And I'll take the last question before we go. See, guys, please, an event like this is an opportunity. I just saw a post that a comment that I need to read out. Someone said, so true. I got my present job from sending message to one of the number I got from the last meet and greet Ibironke organized. She said, and I quote, stand up and meet people as you might be meeting and greeting your next employer. That's coming from the comment section, Abiola Abraham. Funny enough, the job I'm doing, it was a wedding I attended in Kwara. We're just talking as a big guys. Now they say, oh, you see the work for so company. I say, yes. So I go back to Lagos and then one of the guys said, okay, fine, send CV and all of that. Please, events like this are built for you, please. Yes, it's good to go to church. It's good to go to parties and all of that. Please, take your career serious. Attend seminars, attend events, attend this kind of meeting. It's coming up September 7th.
I wanted to say, right, before I forgot, about speaking up. I used to give this analogy. I mean, if you have heard me in sessions, this would have been like a broken record scenarios I always give. If you are a bus conductor and you have two people that are going to drop somewhere, and somebody is saying, you see, people don't hear me talk, but they know they laugh, and somebody is saying, I'm Godspower. Let's say Godspower is the conductor. Godspower, give me my change. I'm dropping at the next bus stop. Thank you. Another person is telling you, oh God, give me my change. I go break bus before I say, bah, you don't break bus, you don't wait till like this. If you don't give me my change. Now we get to the junction. You have only 150 naira with you, and there are two people standing in front of you. Both the one that is saying, Godspower, give me my change, and the other one is saying, the other one they hold bus. Who would you give that 15 naira to?
I prefer to give the one with the whole button. I go find change, give and I don't want to scatter my head.
That is the way it is on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Your LinkedIn is your conductor. You that are not talking, you had a gentle piece saying, I want my change. Look for me. If you have a job for me, I'll be available here on my page. Just send me a DM. But the other way over to Ibironke, where they always shout, oh God, I'm available. You get lead role, you get senior role, you get $5 million job. I'm here. Oh, you see what I can do? Okay, that is the difference. So you're not talking. See, what you are doing is that the people that are not good than you, that are not even good half of what you can do, but they are making
connect your laptop to the LG Webis.
They will keep collecting the job that you are qualified for.
Yeah,
those are not as good as you are, but they are making noise. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not good, but I'm just saying that even somebody that is not good, but the fact that that person is making noise, and thankfully, their technology. I don't need to post every day. I don't post you guys like on my LinkedIn page and everything. I didn't just write it that day. I didn't just write it that minute. I've written it down and scheduled it. As of the time that message dropped on LinkedIn that you guys were liking and interacting with, I was in a meeting somewhere. I don't even know that. I know that I've scheduled it to drop at 3 p.m. But I'm not there. That's what I'm saying. You can schedule a post that for an entire 1 week, for an entire 1 month, and just continue with your life. I've posted more than 20 times in the course of talking about this book launch. But I can tell you that I've only typed and posted 5 directly by myself. The remaining 15 were scheduled posts. So please talk. I wanted to talk about the second one about speaking up at events. See, people feel like networking is all about you go and meet the person. Hello, Godspower, how are you doing? What is your name? Where do you work? All right, thank you. Nice to meet you. And then you collect the person phone number and then you saved it. They think that is all connecting, but that is not all connecting is all about. That's the starting of connecting. Because with connection, that's not what networking is. That's just connection, right? What networking is now building the second part of networking is building relationship. If you connect with somebody and you don't build a relationship with them, you have not networked with them.
True.
So you can come to an event like this, sit down from morning till night, and be looking at everybody. And go back home and said, oh, I know this is Ibironke's, this is Godspower. I know their name, but that does not mean you are connected.
Yeah.
That does not mean that you have networked with them. So a lot of people have if you know how many numbers I don't share, they have shared the board. They will not interact, they will not call. I'm not saying you don't have to be calling me now. I'm just saying they will not engage. You have collected your social media handle, they will not follow.
They will not repost, they will not like, they will not comment.
They will come and order and say, I really want to be close to this Ibironke. But how will you know? Because you're not following me. You don't even know when I launched my mentorship program. I start it, I close it, then you came back the next day after I've closed it, that you're looking for mentorship program. Where were you when I announced it? You were not following. So speak up. Like, I'm not there for you. Guy, I get my own way I want to. So you have to think yourself, you are the main character in your story.
Yeah.
Take it really serious.
Thank you very much. I think that will be all for today.
So I'm seeing any other comments anyways. I saw one here. Somebody said I didn't hear the amount for intermediates. So I had mentioned that 450 is a good place to start for intermediates. Priscilla said, I actually see a lot of testing jobs on LinkedIn. So for that person that said she did not see, I am a QA customer service and I see software testing jobs than my initial experience.
Can you imagine?
Success said, good evening, please. You talked about marketing yourself in the testing industry. Please, do you also advise us to build on our social media handle at beginner? Yes, absolutely. In fact, if you're a beginner now, your own karamo supposed plenty pass because all the experts are busy at work.
Yes.
I mean, I used to say it one time, like you are on my community. You are telling me that you are jobless, but you are not online. You are busy doing work. You're busy sleeping. Like you told me that you're jobless, but you're not online when I posted a job. Somebody came to my DM that time. In fact, when it got very funny to me was when somebody said, I said, okay, if you know you don't have any job that you're doing right now, and you have a software testing skill, signified. Everybody signified. This person came back in the evening and said it does not have any job at all, but we have stopped signifying. My question, what were you doing throughout the day? When the guy explained what he was doing throughout the day, I'm like, this is the reason why you are jobless for a very long time. And it's possible that you remain jobless. And it's not a cause. Because there's just some things we do naturally. Maybe we're expecting the industry or people to tilt towards our own preference. But that's not going to happen. Nobody's going to bend for you. You are the one to bend to get things from people. Okay, so please put it out there on your social media, your Instagram, your Twitter. I mean, if you go to my Instagram page, somebody sent me a message one time. He said, am I a pastor or I'm a tech person or I'm a cybersecurity? What exactly am I? I said, I'm a Christian in software testing industry. So Christianity is not a work that I do. It's who I am. I'm just in the industry. So anything I said is still within the same.
Yeah, thank you very, very much.
I'm trying to answer some questions. So
please, can you drop the book, the registration link again for some people? Please, you can share on your WhatsApp story, share on your platforms, Instagram and everything. Share the flyers and tag us.
So one of the things we also always do is that because of our time, we're trying to rush. Let's meet our mic, George. George is muted. Okay, muted. Thank you. So I used to do this thing in every event that I organize. I'm always excluding the software testers in one line and other people in another line, so that testers can really see themselves. So again, in this session, we are going to put testers in one row, other field in another row, so that when you are moving in testing and you're seeing testers, you can know who to go and ask questions, right? And of course, there are going to be industry leaders in the front row that you can go and ask questions and meet. And you can always cross to the other part and meet with other CTOs, other product managers that you can always ask questions from. The ball is in your court. Somebody also said, can you recap on the salary for each of the levels? I mentioned that junior on an rate is 150. No, intern 150, junior 250, intermediate 400, 450 is a good start. Senior person with a minimum of 700, 800 is a good place to start. And that is very, very, it can be flexible, it can be lower, it can be higher, but this is a good standard. I'm trying to internship role, but my imposter syndrome is eating me up. Don't worry, you get over it. By the time you start for some days, please get over it. Just don't mind me. That was a joke. Please don't let it eat you up. Don't let it eat you. Nobody is going to flog you. Nobody is going to insult you. Those are the two things that used to push me. I'm like, see, last time they no go beat me, they no go insult me. But after they go tell me, say, this is the way you talk, they're wrong. I could not say I no go talk them again. But if you did not even say the wrong thing, how do you want to know how to say the right thing? Let me see. I've dropped LinkedIn. Godspower LinkedIn is also here. Can any of you apply to an internship role? You can apply to an internship if you have secured the skill. And having a ISTQB does not mean you have the skill. Let me just clear the air. Because some of you want to start a career in software testing. The first thing you want to go and do is to go and do ISTQB exam and pass. And say you're a certified tester. I don't know who did that. You need to have the skill. Your ISTQB is like your YX certificate on top of the skill. So those two things need to work together. Somebody says education would open the door for you, but the skill will keep you in the room. So it is important, but it's not the only thing. Okay? Please help drop the Testers Quarter community link. Just go to our website community. We even have a website. We try. So just go to the website and click on join us on Slack. That one too is free. How about those of us in Abuja? Can we join online? We think about that. Don't worry, let's just do our physical finish. So please, September 7, I've dropped the link for the Testers Quarter. I've dropped the link for the book itself. Where is it? Where did I even drop it?
I've not seen the book link.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Book pre-order. So if you're on this call and you sign up, and you got this meeting link via an email, it means you are already registered for this event. So all you have to do is to dress, take away, and come up for the book launch, right? So you don't need to ready. But if somebody shared you, okay, no. The link I shared is not the book pre-order. FST pre-order, that's the book link. Pre-order, sorry. So the first link I shared is to register for the event. In case somebody just shared you the link, is how you got here. The first link I shared there, let me retype it. Register to attend the event. Pre-order the book via this one. So I have dropped 2 links now, and I've just pinned it to the screen. I thought I pinned that one too. So I've pinned 2 links now. One is register to attend the event, is bit.ly/FST book launch. If it is to pre-order the book, bit.ly/FST pre-order. Now, it is good to know that the price they were giving the book away is as token as 7,000. That's not the real price, though. Like James told me, that book, that price is just let everybody have a copy. Let everybody have a copy. The price is going back to 25K after September 7, like this. And they close my door. I beg. I don't do Father Christmas enough. So it's 7K for you to pre-order now. Now, if you are not going to be present at the event and you pre-order, you have to pay for delivery fee. Okay? But if you are present at the event, you collect the book at no extra cost once you are pre-ordered, and you get an authored signed copy. We take pictures together and stuff like that. So this event is a landmark event. Dress, please don't wear hoodie and shirt. I'm begging you people. Because I need to tell people, don't wear hoodie and sneakers. I will bounce you out. I don't care even if you register. I will bounce you out. Please, business casual with Africa, with a touch of African prints. Okay? Wear your cap, or do your gele if you like, do your gele. It's a Teko one, but we have DJ for you. We dance. Don't worry, dancing day. And you get to meet people, maximize it. The part I can do is to create a platform. I could have easily said, come online, let's do the book launch like this, and people buy the book and go, right? And then go to Amazon, go and order the book and go. But I intentionally give the platform for physical meeting. So I've already given you the platform. Yours is to come and maximize it, right? Like we have said, we are launching book. We are doing a tech software testers day celebration with a tech one bed. There is comedy, there is spoken word artists, there is dancing, there is game, there is book reading, there is enough fun. There is no panel session, speaker. No, of course, there's panel session by the reviewers, but there is no technical topic. Like, the way we used to do conference. We now invite you to come and talk on Cypress, invite you to come and talk on software testing, invite you to come and do workshop. No, there is nothing technical that so you don't need to come with your laptop. Just come by yourself. Who knows? There can be money spraying that they said. And thankfully, it's even hard to eat. Yesterday, some industry leaders were ordering book, pre-ordering in bulk. Somebody pre-ordered 50 copies. Wow. And said, just give me one and share the remaining 49 to anybody that don't have money to afford it. So it means that you can come to this event and still collect book, go home for free. So really, where else do you want to be on September 7th other than that particular place? But I mean, if you have the money, pre-order it so that other people can have access to the book. And if you're also an industry expert on this call, or you just want to give to people, you can pre-order it in bulk and let's give out more people. Currently today we have just 108 copies to give out for free. And we are going to be printing out 500 copies, meaning that you can do more. You can give out 100 copies. You can give out 50 copies. You can give out 200 copies. Okay, so please, let's register. Let's share the link to people. There just might be somebody you'll be helping. You're not giving them money. You're just saying, come to this event. That is enough for you to transform somebody's life. That is enough. Like somebody that came for this event, all I did was to invite you to that event. I didn't pay for your tea fare. I didn't buy food for you. I didn't do anything, right? Everything was done by yourself, and you met the person that hired you. So you can just be blessing somebody by just inviting them to the book launch. You don't want to now say, and I was available. I didn't know about this event now. But you knew about it, but you didn't share. So I'm sure Godspower is going to share it for those of you that are not on Testers Quarter, or you are not on my LinkedIn page, or you have not registered for this event. I'm sure Godspower will also share the flyer on his page, right? So you can as well go there and register, carry the flyer, share it to people, put the link there. Okay. Yeah. They're asking questions on the group. What are they talking about? How many years experience? Can you please enlighten on how to charge per project as a manual tester?
I mean, this issue of automation, I don't know. It's
I used to ask a question. Why don't you call a car a manual car and an automatic car?
Why do we say car?
Why do we just say car? So why is it hard to say software testing? Why must we attach manual to it? I'm not a manual tester. I'm not an automation tester. I'm a product quality engineer. I'm not even a tester because that's an industry name. I'm a product quality engineer, meaning that if I come to my company today and all they need for them to deliver a quality product is manual testing, I will test it manually and deliver. If all they need to do to deliver a quality product is automation testing, I will do automation testing and deliver. If I get there and all they need is just strictly performance testing, I will go there and do performance testing and deliver. If all they need me to do as a tester is to do application security tests, I will do it and deliver. As a software test engineer or as a quality, you need to see yourself beyond I'm a tester. That all you just do is just to test manually or automation. No, you are an all-round system. And you should see, that is the difference between myself and anybody else. We have different perspectives to our career. Your career is not your 9-to-5 job. That is your job. That is not your career. Your career is not just about the 9-to-5 job that you do. Your career is all about the people you listen to, the events you attend, the book you read, the courses you take, the career progression you follow. The feedback you
That's what the communities you belong to.
those are your everything makes your career. In the next 3 years, in your career, where should you be? That is your career, not the job that you're doing. Because in one career, you can get 5 jobs, 5 gigs, 5 projects. But in your job, you cannot get more than one career. So you need to know is it a job that you're looking for, or you're trying to build it. That is the problem we see in a lot of testing people today. Everybody just comes into the testing industry because they are looking for a job. They want to make money, but they're not actually interested in building a career. So once you see that they get a job, they don't care. In fact, you'll be sure that somebody said they don't even know me. Like, hey, Ibironke, what does she do? You know, and you can imagine somebody that I've been in the same group with, Godspower, and when you say that, okay, Godspower, what does he do? And you are like, wait, I mean, I'm mentioning some people that have made impact in the testing industry, and the person does not even know anybody. In fact, in her mind, she's the only person that is doing software testing in Nigeria. So it's you will be so weird that some people say they don't no software testing. They are testing. You are a tester. You too, you are a tester. I'm a tester now. For a long time, it's only me that have been doing testing here, no other person. And then they will not create group. They will not say the first software testing group, or they are the first person. I'm like, come on. You need to know people. If you don't know people in your industry, who do you now want to know? You're not going to know one developer, the top developer somewhere. You know the PM, you know customer service, say, but you don't know people in your industry. Like, you don't have up to 10 people in your industry that you can call. You don't have a people. And you can be in a community and still not have those people because you are not engaging. You are not speaking. You are just sitting on the WhatsApp group or on the Slack channel. You are not looking. They did not say anything today. See what this one say. You just read, and then you go back. Please step out, okay? Somebody drop a question. You want to check that out? That's power.
Yeah, I would like to ask about someone who has never been to networking events. How can someone manage the situation on that day?
Come to the event, I will teach you. Don't worry. I'm always teaching people how to network. Ask them, people that have attended. Because I'm going to tell you, first of all, what you need to do is to smile. Smile to everybody that you see. Smile to everybody that you see. Hello, hi, nice to meet you. Shake them. It's not weird. You're not asking anybody out. You're not asking a boy out. You're not asking a girl out. Just greet them. Oh, I'm a tester. What do you do? That's all. And then you just realize that people just want to talk to you. And then people just keep talking. I work. Where did you work? And then it becomes a conversation. Before you know it, you're already connecting with people. I also try. That's why I also said that I try as much as possible to also put software testers in the row so that you can really see yourself. For this book launch, we will not be doing that anyways because it's a book launch. So ask people, anybody who wants to sit down, you know that there'll be somebody on your left or on your right, or even both sides. You should not sit down without knowing the name of one person at least, or leave the event without connecting to 2 to 3 people. And if you're not going to ask for their number, let it not be like too much stress. Just ask for their LinkedIn, ask for their name, open your LinkedIn and show them, let them tell you their name, look at their name and connect. And I tell them to accept it, and you're done. So you have to break out. That's all I can say. Introvert person.
All right, guys.
I'm very introvert in person, but online, trust me, I'm the most extroverted person you can ever meet.
Priscilla, break out. Dairo, stop being an introvert. Introvert, now only the killer. Patient dog, not the eat any.
I've not seen anybody that is rich that is an introvert too. Trust me, even a whole Apple CEO yourself is not introverted. Please.
Patient dog, they see any bone. Now because the people will be patient, win election. Hello. So
I don't know about that, please.
It's okay. You need to speak out. All right, guys. We can call it a day here. Thank you very much. Please see you September 7th. All right, guys. We can call it today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Let's play music.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Such an amazing experience.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye,
you so
everyone.
much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Bye.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you very much.
Eshimefa Usareto.
Thank you,
When
man.
the
Thank
spirit
you.
is upon you, leave them in them carry go. I will surely outrun it. Cause Oluwa is involved. So I don't listen to the noise. Plenty chariots they run for my front. But when I begin my run, it go be like say I dey on steroids. Yeah, but Elijah left. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. It's my normal level. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. So I'm more than them. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. Cause the spirit is upon me. Elijah left. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. It's my normal level. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. So I'm more than them. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. Cause the spirit is upon me. It's upon me. I'm not your regular. I know that you say I dey speculate. Because cool temper. No be number one, they always carry first. So no need to shiver. When my time come, everyone will believe you. Oh, no, not. Cause Oluwa is involved. So I don't listen to the noise. 20 chariots from my front. But when I begin my run, it go be like say I dey on steroids. Elijah level. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. It's my normal level. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. So I'm more than able. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. When the spirit is upon me, Lord. It is upon me, Lord. Elijah level. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. It's my normal level. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. I'm more than able. I want started to Ferrari, Lord. When the spirit is upon me, it's upon me.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night's rest. I love you. See you on September 7th. Bye.
Companies. Electronics from now.